Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this October the 9th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather. That's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Milton, which is a major hurricane still. The latest advisory this afternoon was winds of 120 miles per hour with higher gusts. You can see on the satellite imagery here, it is moving inland, starting to move inland over Florida. You can see some convection over the Atlantic coastal waters, but most of the activity is now moving into portions of Florida. We will show you that on the radar view later on in the forecast video. Also, we're going to take a look at the current forecast cone for the National Hurricane Center. It was at 5 p.m. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also, like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here is the yellow tropical storm force winds covering much of Florida. You can see we have hurricane warnings in red across the west coast and east coast of Florida. Tropical storm warnings from southern South Carolina all the way down to northeast Florida, and also down across South Florida, northwest Bahamas, and also portions of the panhandle of Florida as well. It's supposed to remain a hurricane as it moves inland, tropical storm off the east coast of Florida, and then become a remnant storm, and then a tropical depression later on down the road as it moves on out past Bermuda. Alright, if you're tracking the system at home, it's located near latitude 26.9 north, longitude 83.4 west. Maximum sustained winds are 120 miles an hour with higher gusts. Moving us to the northeast is 17 miles per hour. So that was the 5 p.m. advisory on Milton. Alright, and it's classified as a major hurricane with winds greater than 110 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the forecast cone. The Spaghetti-O models. As you can see, here's the Spaghetti-O model. Here's the current position of the storm. Moves across central Florida, and then well on out to the Atlantic. Bermuda's out here behind all these computer models. So Bermuda, you will get some impacts from Milton as it moves in your direction. All right, let's take a look at the intensity guidance. You can see we got about 110 knot winds equal to 120 miles per hour. Category 4 storm. Category 3 storm, might as well say, and then drops it on down to a 3, 2, and then back down to a tropical storm, and then on into a tropical depression later on down the road. So that's the intensity guidance of Milton. Alright, let's take a look at the remainder of the tropics. As you can see here, here's Milton making landfall here shortly in Florida. Here's the system here, has a 30% chance of development in the just west of Bermuda. That will continue to race on off to the northeast. Here's Leslie, and another system coming off the African coast, which has about a 30% chance over here. This system here has about 30% in the next 7 days, and I think 20%, no, 10 and 10. So we got 10, 10, and then 30 and 30, and then there's Leslie and Milton. Alright. Now let's move on to the current watch and warn advisory map where you're located across the nation. Alright, you can see we got some frost advisories up in ports of Pennsylvania, also down in the portion of Virginia, West Virginia, Michigan. Also we have some air quality alerts across portion of Texas, and also down in Arizona, Colorado, Wyoming, also in the portion of Oregon State. Some red flag warnings in the portion of Idaho. Couple counties in Colorado with some freeze warnings, coastal flood statements along Louisiana coast, small craft advisory from Oregon State to Southern California, and there's wind advisory across South Carolina, Southern Georgia, and the Panhandle of Florida. Special weather statements there as well. There's all the tropical storm warnings, hurricane warnings off the southeast coast and the coastal waters, also a little bit inland, also across much of Florida as well. We have hurricane and tropical storm warnings also in effect for central Florida as well. Small craft advisory along the Panhandle of Florida, back to southern Louisiana, the Outer Banks of North Carolina, all the way up to Maine. Hawaiian Chain Island looks good. Also, we have some special weather statements inland Alaska. Small craft advisory gale warnings around the Alaska area, and also we have a few pockets of special weather statements also for West Virginia, Ohio, and also a few counties here in Minnesota. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview. This is what we're going to take a look at here. As you can see, this is the current radar position. Tornado watches across a portion of Florida. The convective outlook. There's the marginal slight risk, enhanced risk across Florida. Here's the current watches across much portion of Florida. MDS discussion talking about the current watches. Storm reports came in this afternoon. We had 24 tornado reports across Florida. We had wind reports 4. One of them was high there as well. Hail reports we had 0, and total reports was 28 altogether. So right now that's where all the tornado reports occurred across central and south Florida and southeastern Florida. Expect more to occur as we continue to move forward, as the storm continues to move inland. Let's take a look at the fire weather. We got a fire weather risk over here in the elevated for a portion of Montana and also into a portion of Idaho as well. And finally, let's take a look at the radar view. This is from Tampa. As you can see, the eye wall is fixing to make landfall in Sarasota. That's about the landfall area where we're expecting it to take shape. All the reds and orange and yellow is heavy precipitation falling. You got a lot of flash flood warnings here in the green. Stretching from Tampa to Orlando to Daytona, also Palm Beach or Palm Coast, they got it, or Cola, Florida too. Pretty much if you're south of there, you might just have a few scattered showers, but you're gonna have some gusty winds across South Florida as well. But as here's the center here, we'll continue to move on off to the north and east. So the center should pass between Orlando and Melbourne, Florida, and then on out into the Atlantic coastal waters. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Also like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care, and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.